Good morning, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world. You've tuned in to the Mac City Morning Show. I'm your host, Elliott Pierre, and we're going to start this off the same way we start every episode off, with a moment of gratitude. I know that you could be doing a million other things with your time, and the fact that you spend it with us truly does mean the world to me. So thank you. On that note, Tanner, hit him with the intro.
How's she cutting, me loves? You're listening to the Mac City Morning Show. It's Carrie with Patchouli Rose Herbal Apothecary. I know our summer is coming quickly to an end. And during the summer, we always think of applying our sunscreen. But sunscreen is a product that we should be using every day of the year to protect our skin against harmful UVA and UVB rays, also against premature aging. I have a product called Dandelion Harvest, which is moisturizing, anti-inflammatory, and is great for anti-aging. You can use this every day of the year, and it's very moisturizing. If you want to check this product and any of my other products out, please go to patchoulirose.com.
And now we're back. All right, well.
Killed it.
Loved it. Thank you, Carrie. Really appreciate your ongoing support. Carrie from Patchouli Rose, she's the best. As you guys know, I do not introduce my guests because they can do a better job of that than myself. So can you please tell everybody at home who you are and what you're about?
Hi, everybody. My name is Muna Ali. I'm a mother, a wife, and I'm the executive director for the Multicultural Association in Wood Buffalo.
There we go. Now, before we started to film, you blew mine and Tanner's mind. How many languages do you speak?
6.
6. That is crazy.
I was
can you even remember what the 6 are?
So that's why my brain is always busy.
Okay.
I was also taking classes to learn Italian.
Okay.
I didn't get ahead.
Okay.
But it's one of my favorite language that I would love to learn it.
What are the languages that you currently speak?
So many.
Well, please, if you can remember even half
so
of them.
let's say if you need a tour in the Middle East, in Africa, I can take you.
Okay.
Yeah, for free.
Okay. So there's a lot of African languages
yes.
that you can
and then
speak.
Arabic and English. Yeah.
What's your first language that you learn originally?
I learned Arabic.
Arabic is the first.
I was
so
born
that's
in
your
Sudan.
base.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What language do you think in?
All
of them?
To be honest with
Great
you,
question,
Tanner, since I've been in Canada for 20 years now, even my dreams are in English.
Really?
Yes.
Fascinating.
Yes, yeah. It never used to be like that. But now I dream in English.
That must have been a weird transition period.
It was. Yeah, coming to Canada and not knowing a word of English, and now I dream in English.
This might be one of my most fascinating conversations that we've ever had. That is That's unbelievable.
Thank you.
Wow, dreaming in English, and that's not even the first language.
No.
That's nuts. Very cool. So where did we talk about a whole bunch of stuff on this show.
Yes.
Where did your love for languages come into place? Like why have you been able to pick up so many?
Okay, so I'm Eritrean, and that's in East Africa.
Okay.
But I was born in Sudan, where I also have a Sudanese citizenship.
Okay.
So, and it's very known where I come from.
Mm-hmm.
It's full of beautiful languages and diversity and different culture and all of that stuff.
Okay.
So it was natural for me growing up to learn all these languages.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. And so did you learn them in the sense of like in school you had to sit down and you like learned them?
No.
Or you just picked it up as you're hearing
as
it?
go. Yeah.
That's so
So
cool.
if I go to Italy for 6 months, I probably will speak Italian.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Have you've never been or have
To
you been?
Italy? No.
Oh.
No. So the funny thing is my daughter is bilingual French.
Okay.
Her father is French.
Okay.
I can't pick French. I tried.
Yeah.
It's hard. They have like the ooh. I can't do that. Even though like my tongue is so flexible.
Yeah.
But I can't do the French. I tried.
Interesting.
It's hard.
My little boy, my mom spent a lot of time, effort, and money on myself to try to teach me French.
Yeah.
And none of it stuck.
Yeah,
I struggle with English, for goodness sake. So so when I had my little boy, I was just like, no, he's going to learn how to speak French. So from day one, we had him in a French, fully French day home, not like, just.
Thing. Yeah.
So he's picked it up quickly. At that age, they can pick that up, and now he's in French immersion at school. So he's good with French. Knowing different languages, I think, is a huge benefit.
Absolutely.
Huge.
Absolutely.
So good for you learning 6. That's crazy.
Thank you.
That's crazy. Okay, so I have a bunch of other random things to talk to you about, but you're here for a reason. So let's get that talked about off the bat here. So you're here for a multicultural expo that's taking place.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about that, please?
So with Buffalo and Fort McMurray, they love Expo. I don't think it's my favorite event. I think it's everybody's favorite event
Okay.
because, as I just said, love for language. It's also love for diversity and different group and different culture. You don't have to take a plane to go to India.
Right.
But you can come to the Multicultural Expo
That's right.
and interact
Yeah.
with Indian, and you get to see their cultural attire, you get to see their beautiful dances and music and food, and you can buy stuff, and there we have activities, we have henna, and it's one of the most popular event in Fort McMurray.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So that's happening this Saturday at Mac Island from what times?
From 11 to 6 p.m. at
Okay.
the Nixon Field, McDonald Island.
Right. And so there's going to be all different, like I just found out today, there's food,
Yes.
there's performances,
Yes.
and there's booths.
Yeah.
So what are the booths like for the people at home who may not have attended before?
Okay. So imagine a huge showcase.
Mm-hmm.
Can I probably, I don't know. We have like 47 booths.
Okay, 47 booths,
40
okay.
Today that we have it registered, so
Okay.
far is 47 booths.
Okay,
And each one of them is different. You get to run into the nonprofit agencies that
Okay.
serve this community.
okay,
You get to interact with them, and that's also help the newcomers that comes to the community. They
okay,
get to meet everybody, interact with them, get to know what the food bank does, and
Okay.
get to know what Thailand, how their performance is, and what their culture looks like, their cultural attire looks like. It's a
Okay.
beautiful thing.
So it's a mixture of like some of the booths
So you go
are
through- yeah,
culture,
yes.
but some of them are like definitely resources
Yes,
and
absolutely.
different businesses potentially
Yes,
even that
absolutely.
people can utilize as well.
Absolutely.
Oh, so this is great for somebody who just wants to know about culture, but also for first time residents, they can like get connected with the community in general. Oh, fascinating.
Yeah.
Fascinating. I've been before. Obviously, I went with my eyes closed because between you and Dango, I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was there either. So,
and there is food, and the kids get to have fun. There's balloons, and it's just especially that is in February, and something different for
That's right.
for everybody to do, and
That's
the whole
right.
family will enjoy it for sure.
okay, there we go.
I really encourage families to bring their kids.
Yeah.
It's a way of teaching them about diversity and inclusion and all of that stuff.
Right.
So it's a beautiful thing.
There we go.
Yeah.
Now, in regards to the Multicultural Association in itself, what are you guys up to? What are you doing? How can people get involved and help, and not potentially help, but also get involved in regards to some of the events that you may have coming up?
Yes. So I really encourage community to follow us on Facebook. Most of our information is in our Facebook page.
Right.
We do have so many things that goes on.
Mm-hmm.
We're one of the busiest agency in town.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I didn't know that, Tanner.
Yeah.
We were this busy
Yeah.
coming from the board. Like I knew it was busy,
That's right.
but now being on the ground, it's completely
That's
a
right.
busy agency. So pretty much every month we have something.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's not multicultural cookery, it's a finance literacy. If
Mm.
it's not a finance literacy, it's expo. If it's not an expo, then is our indigenous finance for indigenous. You know, like and if it's not that, then it's our multiculturalism day. And if it's not, is I speak up against racism in the school. It's a full packed year that we have, and I really want to see everybody. And if you want to get involved, to volunteer and be a part of this great mission that we have, you are more than welcome to do. You can get in touch with me or my event manager. It's very easy. We're very welcoming people.
There we go. So Facebook is the easiest way to get in
Yes.
contact with you guys.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, listen, Tanner touched his phone. So when he touches his phone, that means he's got his questions ready for the Mac City Minute. Now, before we get into that, we're going to throw it to an ad from Noral Toyota. So, Tanner, let's hear what Keith and the people at Norel have to say.
Hey everybody, Keith Simpson here from Norel Toyota. Just a quick chat about the wonderful community we live in here. As you guys know, we support the Oil Barons. We've joined the drive-in movie theater. We're involved in the marathon here in Fort McMurray, and make sure we're taking care of the kids and all the local businesses, all the local charities, and all the local foundations, guys. That's what makes this community such an amazing place to live.
And we are back. Big shout out to Norel Toyota. Thank you for your ongoing support. We love everybody down at Norel. Tanner, hit her with the Mac City Minute.
Alrighty, question number 1 for you today. What is one of your favorite phrases to say in one of your many languages?
Ooh. My favorite phrases. Ooh. You couldn't make it easier, Tanner?
No.
I try my best.
Yeah.
I think I always say smile, invite people. Like when you smile, you invite people.
Okay.
In Arabic, we will say that, like, الضحكة.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's the most important thing. You know, when you smile, it's just, you're a more inviting human.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Question number 2. What is one reason behind staying in Canada for so long instead of one of the other places you've lived?
Oh, Tanner. I think I love it in Canada. It's beautiful. It's a fair country. I like that. I like that we don't have to deal with as much corruption from where I come from. I love that.
Question number 3. What is one expo exhibit you are most excited for?
I am 100% excited for, and this is a biased thing, but for the Eritrean. They do have music, dance, and whatever, and I know how to dance. That's why I'm very excited to see what they do this year. Yeah.
Okay.
Question number 4. If you could bring one tradition you have to the people of Fort McMurray, what would that be?
One tradition. Where I come from is very famous for coffee, but we don't drink our coffee in a mug and run with it. We sit down and gather and chit-chat and check on each other, and that's how we take our coffee. I would love if we can slow down in here.
And your final question. What has been the most rewarding part of being part of Multicultural for you?
Definitely our volunteer, our board, our community, everybody that comes together and celebrate who they are, the way they like it. Yeah.
And those have been your 5 questions.
Thank you, Tanner.
There we go. So, you speak all these languages.
Yeah.
You're obviously extremely talented.
Thank you.
How did you bring your skill set to Fort McMurray?
Oh, so what's funny is, Elliott, when I first came to Canada,
Yeah.
I came to Newfoundland.
You came to, yes. I knew this. Okay, like I know a little bit about this. Okay,
Yes.
let's go.
So when I was in Newfoundland,
Yeah.
I was silent because I couldn't speak English. And it is
Right.
very hard for me to be silent.
And you came as a teenager, correct?
I came as a teenager, yes.
Oh, and was it Corner Brook?
Deer Lake.
Deer Lake.
Yes.
So right next to Corner Brook.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
Oh
right
my
there.
God. All right.
I know.
How did you end up in Deer Lake, Newfoundland as a teenager?
So I came through World Vision, and I was a sponsor through World Vision, and a family accepted that sponsorship,
Okay.
and they brought me to Newfoundland.
Okay.
Long story.
Yeah.
I was in Newfoundland, and I love it. And I have been back there
Yeah.
since I moved to Fort McMurray.
Okay.
I took my daughter to introduce her to the family that helped me out.
Nice.
But Newfoundland is my favorite place,
Yeah.
and believe it or not, my dream is to go and retire in Deer Lake.
Yeah.
That's my dream.
I've said this publicly, and I've said it on the show a few times as well.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, Corner Brook, which is
Yes, yeah.
Corner Brook, Newfoundland,
Yeah.
is one of the most beautiful places, not only in Canada but in the world.
I agree.
It is beyond beautiful, especially
agree.
when you go there in the fall.
Yes.
Oh my
agree.
Lord! You have rolling hills.
Yeah.
It's so lush and green, and the different colors.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I went there, I had literally just been to Italy.
Yeah.
And then from Italy, I went to Ireland, and
Yeah.
then I went to England, and I flew back. And my boss at the time said, "Hey, listen, I know you just have been traveling
Yeah.
all around the world, but I need you to go to Newfoundland to do some work."
Yeah.
So I said, "Okay." So literally, like, I was in Fort McMurray 24 hours, got on a plane, went to Newfoundland for my very first time.
Yeah.
And I got off the plane. I'm in Corner Brook looking around. I'm like,
Yeah. Why do
it's
they come
very
to Fort
similar to
McMurray? Yeah.
Ireland here. Like, am I even in Canada anymore? Like, I
Yes,
felt I
yes.
was back in
Yes,
Europe.
Yes, it's beautiful.
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 So you saying you
And
want to retire there? Not a
yes,
surprise.
Yeah, I 100%. That's my mission.
Yeah.
A lot of people think, oh, you could retire in Egypt because my family lives in Egypt. And I'm like, no. I want somewhere quiet. I want
Yeah.
kind people, and I want a lot of rest. And,
That's right.
And Deer Lake and Corner Brook and
Yeah.
Newfoundland, it have
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's just so peaceful.
That's right.
It's so peaceful.
And everybody's so nice.
Yeah.
I made a mistake one day. I was staying. My favorite place is to stay when I'm there is the Glen Mill Inn.
Yes.
Right,
yeah.
historical building, beautiful.
Beautiful.
And so I had a lunch appointment with my boss at the time, and the restaurant was maybe a 7-minute walk away.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to drive. I'll just walk.
Yeah.
I was about 45 minutes to an hour late.
Yeah.
And so I got into the restaurant, and my boss, Carmela, was just like, where were you? I was like, listen, I tried. People kept talking to me.
Yeah.
And she's just like, you tried to walk here? And I was just like, yeah. And then she just started to laugh. She's like, you can't walk anywhere.
People are
'Cause
friendly.
People are so friendly. They don't just want to say hello. They want to know your backstory.
Exactly.
And who you with, who
so
you from.
I was silent for all of that when I first landed there.
Jeez.
So I
Yeah.
couldn't speak English,
Yeah.
and then I moved to Fort McMurray, and here I am.
There you go. So how long were you there for?
I was there for 7 years.
Okay.
Learned. Yeah.
And so I listen, I don't have a filter, and I just ask whatever I want to
Yes,
ask.
go
So
ahead, go ahead.
I've seen the World Vision commercials.
Yes.
They brought you here. Like, what was the circumstances that they needed to help and get you
Yeah,
over here?
exactly. So they wanted to help. So World Vision do like different kind of sponsorships, right?
Okay.
And trust me, for $1 you can save a kid. You can literally save a kid.
That's right.
It's one of the foundation that I donate to today, and UNICEF is also the second one, and United Nations.
Right.
All of this agency and organization do help a lot of people.
Right.
So I encourage that people to carry on, and hey, I made it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I think we hear over, like, in North America, especially like
Yeah.
myself, like born and raised in Fort McMurray, Alberta. You see these commercials and you live in an environment where, like, how could $1 really help?
It does help. Yeah.
And then when I've been blessed enough to like
Yeah.
do traveling myself, and my parents are from Guyana,
Yeah.
South America, and so there are people there that are doing great, but there are other people that, you know what, $1 a day would make a huge difference.
Absolutely.
But it's hard for, I think, a lot of North Americans to wrap their head around how $1 could have that kind of impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does have an impact. From you $1, from me $1, and from Tanner $1. That's $3.
Yeah.
And that when you do the exchange rate in some countries, it makes a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Tanner's tapping his watch. See, this is the negative part about this show, because I had a whole slew. I got
I'll
2
come back
minutes.
again.
Okay, yeah,
I'll
you
come
will
back-
come back
yes, I'll
again. I
come
know.
back again, yes.
It's funny that you thought like, oh, how do I get on the show? I was like, you just asked. You're like, I didn't know it was that easy. Okay, you just came back from vacation.
Yes.
Where did you go?
I went to Egypt.
What? Like, how was it?
Yes, it was fantastic. My parents live in Egypt.
Right.
I've been going there every year. I'm blessed. I took my daughter. I always take her there. She's been gone there probably 7-8 times, and she's only 9 years old now.
Right.
Yeah, so we spend the Christmas break over there, and it's
Nice.
beautiful.
Nice.
It's busy.
Yeah.
It's very one of the busiest city, Cairo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we did take a break from the city, and we went somewhere where it's quiet. So
Yeah.
it was really nice. Yeah.
I love hearing when people travel, because like when you look at the news and stuff, you would think and not just Egypt, but
Yes.
globally. Like, I think there's a lot of fear of travel,
Yes.
just in general. But I've traveled and I've never, knock on wood,
Yes.
ran into any issues myself.
Yeah.
I think cultures are just different,
Yes, absolutely.
and they might be a little bit frightening because it looks
yeah,
unique. But
Yes.
once you get in it,
it's beautiful.
it's beautiful.
beautiful.
I've never been to Egypt.
Oh, it's beautiful. You
Nice
should
place to go check
Yeah,
out.
You should go.
Yeah.
I prefer to go around Christmas breaks and whatever because the weather is
That's
really
right.
nice.
That's right.
Summertime is too hot. So
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
My parents used to torture me.
It's
as a
beautiful.
kid and take me to South America in the
Yes.
summer.
Yes,
Dear
the summer is
Lord.
hard.
Hard. Well, they
Yes.
had to. That was the only time like we
Yeah,
had off.
it's
But
cool.
yeah, going to South America or any warm country in their summer, if you're not used to it,
Yes,
get
it's
ready.
get hard. Yes, yeah.
Okay. Tanner tapped his watch. That means we are officially out of time. But before I cut you loose, everybody gets a shameless shout out or plug. So
Okay.
you have the mic, the camera, the lights.
All right.
Have fun.
Well, thank you, Elliott, for this opportunity. I would like personal to invite Wood Buffalo, Fort McMurray Wood Buffalo, to come to the Multicultural Association Expo. It's on the 11th of February from 11 to 6 p.m. Please bring your family, your kids, and come and enjoy the day with us, where we celebrate diversity and inclusion in Fort McMurray.
There we go. Awesome. I'll be there.
Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
Elliott. Yes, yes.
Well,
Come.
Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, the rest of the world, that's been another episode of the Mac City Morning Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. It does mean the world to me. Big shout out to our title sponsor, Norel Toyota, as well as Carrie from Patchouli Rose. Thank you both for your ongoing support. Hope everybody at home is having a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.